Yo, what's up summoners? It's your girl Layla, and today we're diving into one of the most essential early game stages in Summoner's War, the legendary Sis. This ain't no ordinary stage, it's a foundational point in your journey to become the best summoner in the world. If you want real progress, legendary runes, and a strategy that takes you from zero to infinite, this video is for you. And stay till the end, because the one and only Layla Aurora Sinclair will bless us with final insights you won't hear anywhere else. Understanding Sis, the beginning of power. Sis is the fourth scenario in the Garin Forest continent. It's the bridge between your early game learning and the phase where you start crafting real progress. This stage teaches you about rune sets, drops, and energy optimization in a way that most players overlook. Here's what you can expect to face. Difficulty levels. Normal, energy cost 3 to 4. Hard, energy cost 4 to 5. Hell, energy cost 5 to 6. These increasing difficulties aren't just about stronger enemies, they also give progressively better rewards, especially when you're grinding for early runes or event currencies. The enemies of Sis. In Sis, you're up against elemental enemies with unique attack patterns. Golem, earth element based, high defense, slow attack. Drops often on higher difficulties. Slime, very basic, easy to defeat, good for XP feed or storage. Mimic, trickier, sometimes throws out defense debuffs. Ghost, weak, used mainly for awakening or monster upgrading. These characters don't just drop as monsters, they play a role in fusion, awakening material farming, and rune grinding efficiency. Rune farming in Sis. If you're serious about dealing damage early game, this is the stage to farm the Fatal Set runes. Rune Set, Fatal 4-piece. Bonus, plus 35% ATK. Tier, 4-star runes. This set is critical for nukers like Lapis, Rayok, or even your early game Bernard and Shannon combo if you want them to deal secondary damage. Equip this rune set and watch your damage spike significantly. Pro tip. Always keep runes with SPD, crit rate, or ATK % as substats. Even if the main stat isn't perfect, good substats can make a 4-star rune better than a 5-star one. Craft materials and special drops. In Hell mode, you'll have a chance to drop craft materials, Hell, like solid rock, solid iron ore. These materials are essential for crafting powerful runes and buildings later in the game. You'll also find mana stones, always useful, especially when you hit the rune power-up wall. Unknown scrolls, summons ranging from 1 to 3, they're perfect fodder or fusion materials. Crystals pink, rarely drop in free-to-play, but available via events or purchases. 11th anniversary coins. These coins are limited time drops. Make sure you don't miss out during event periods. Energy management, the true grind. Let's break down the energy system. If you're free to play, you know every point of energy counts. Normal, use this for rune drop exploration. Hard, best for efficiency versus challenge. Hell, high risk, high reward, but only for stronger monsters. Running out of energy? Use your social points, arena wins, and daily quests to regenerate. And never let your inbox overflow with energy refills from events. Team building tips from Sis. Team composition is everything. Recommended team for farming fatal runes in Sis. Lapis, free 6 from early missions. Massive AoE and sustain. Shannon, buffer, slows enemies, increases defense. Bernard, speed booster, ATK bar manipulation. Konamiya, cleanser and team sustain. Rayok if available, early game single target nuker. With this team, you can farm normal and hard easily. For Hell, you may need better runes and evolved monsters. Building for the future from Sis. Why is Sis legendary? Because it's the first true point of farming where everything aligns. You build runes. You gather fusion materials. You learn early game monster synergy. You begin crafting your path to Giants V10. Every legendary summoner has passed through here. How you farm it, how many runs you do per day, and how you organize your monsters around it determines how fast you scale through PvE content. To all my fellow summoners across the United States and beyond, this is Layla Aurora. And if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, you're not just a player anymore. You're a student of power. MTSIS isn't about flashy monsters. It's about understanding the roots of your grind. Every rune dropped here, every monster summoned, is a tool. Use them. Remember this. The strongest summoners aren't the ones who pay the most, they're the ones who pay the most attention. Never skip a drop. Never ignore a substat. Never underestimate a 1-star ghost. Everything has a purpose. Everything connects. Craft with care. Summon with intention. Farm with strategy. Your mana is your lifeblood. Your runes are your legacy. The grind never ends, but neither does the glory. And when you stand at the top, among champions of the arena, in the glory of guild wars, and deep in the abyss of RTA, you'll remember where it started. It started in MTSIS. This is Layla Aurora Sinclair, wishing you the clearest runes, the rarest summons, and the sharpest mind. Until next time, stay legendary. Rune management, sorting, selling, and upgrading. One of the biggest mistakes early players make after farming MTSIS is not managing their runes efficiently. You'll be farming fatal 4-star runes, and that's a game changer, but only if you know what to keep and what to toss. Understanding main stats by slot. Slot 1 always 80k flat, look at substats. Keep if it has crit rate, SPD, or 80k%. Slot 2 varies, look for SPD or 80k% main stats. For damage dealers, prioritize SPD. Slot 3 always DEF flat, usually sold unless substats are perfect. Slot 4 crit rate or 80k, these are your heavy hitters. Never sell 4 runes with crit rate main stat. Slot 5 always HP flat, almost always sold unless god tier substats. Slot 6 80k% or crit DMG, ideal for nukers. Combine with crit rate on slot 4. When to upgrade a rune. If the substats include 2 or more of these, SPD, 80k%, crit rate, crit DMG, it's worth leveling to +6 or even +9. Stop upgrading flat stat runes past +3 unless you're absolutely starved for options. Sell the garbage. Don't be sentimental. Keep your rune inventory clean. Anything with flat HP/80k/def on slot 2, 4, or 6? Sell. Runes with no synergy? Sell. The cleaner your inventory, the faster you build elite sets. Advanced team synergy and skill rotation. MTSIS teaches the foundation of synergy over raw stats. Every move your monster makes should feed into a flow of control, buffing, and damage. The perfect skill cycle. Bernard opens with Tailwind Speed plus ATK bar. Shannon follows with Pep Talk ATK and Def buff. Lapis nukes with Vampire Touch or Water/AoE. Kanamiya cleanses and resets skills. Rayok follows up, single target executes. This rotation clears waves consistently even in hard or early hell. Timing and cooldown tracking are key to perfect runs. Synergy tip. Early mastery of this rotation prepares you for Giant's Keep, Toa, and Raid level 1. Energy optimization for infinite grinding. Let's talk grind strategy. Free-to-play F2P. Use daily arena wings for energy. Rep monsters from friends equals more energy bonuses. Guild bonuses, daily achievements, and event inboxes equals always check. Layla grind tip. Never let your energy bar hit max. Every minute you're capped is wasted potential. Set alarms, auto-farm when you sleep. Build that fatal rune army while you dream. Drop rate science, yes, it's real. While Calm to Us never reveals exact drop rates, player data suggests the following. Rune drop rate Fatal Set. Normal, 30%. Hard, 45%. Hell, 60%, but higher chance of unusable stats. Material drop rate Solid Rock, Iron Ore. Hell only, 10% to 15% per full clear boosted during events. Unknown Scrolls. Drop 1 in 10 runs on average in normal, 1 in 5 on hard/hell. Year event coins. Temporary drop, collect aggressively during active window. These stats may fluctuate, but understanding the value per run helps you plan your energy and expectations better. Fusion material planning. Start now, not later. Sharpening your mind, hardening your resolve, elevating your grind. So take what you've learned here and apply everywhere. Don't just run the map, own it. Don't just summon a monster, train a legacy. And when they ask where your journey began, say it loud and say it proud. I was born in Sis. I conquered my path with fatal might. I am not just a summoner. I am a legend. Until next time, stay fatal, stay focused, stay infinite. This is Layla Aurora Sinclair, signing off. When you step into Hell mode in Sis, you're not just entering a harder version of a familiar place, you're crossing into a battlefield designed to test your composition, your reaction speed, and your ability to execute turn orders flawlessly. Monster positioning and AI targeting. In Hell mode, the AI becomes unpredictable, focusing your weakest link or support unit instead of the tank. Here's what to do. Put your buffer like Shannon in the 3rd slot to avoid early targeting. Front load with a bruiser like Rayok or a 4 awakened Inugami to absorb the burst. Use auto AI manipulation by feeding certain monsters into first hit zones and baiting skill usage. Turn order becomes life or death. If Bernard doesn't go first, your team gets outsped. If Shannon gets stunned before pep talk, you lose your buffer. That's why runes aren't optional anymore, they're essential. Bernard must have SPD on slot 2. HP % on slot 6. SPD substats on every rune. Shannon must have SPD on slot 2. HP % on 4 and 6. Accuracy to land slow debuffs. Elemental advantage is king. Most enemies in Sis Hell mode are wind and fire. Bring water attackers like Lapis, Kanamiya, and Water Warbear. Avoid wind nukers, they get punished hard. Hell mode drop strategy. Run exclusively in Hell when you have a reliable 100% clear rate. You're farming for materials like solid rock and solid iron ore. You're stockpiling event currency like the 11-year coins. Be aware, Hell mode consumes 5 to 6 energy per run. Plan accordingly. Use it strategically, not blindly. The psychology of progression. Progress in Summoner's War is mental. Players burn out not because of lack of content, but because they chase too many goals at once. Sis teaches focus. It teaches consistency. It teaches refinement. Stop chasing early game summons. Focus on building one usable fatal set and one effective damage dealer. Pro Mental Framework. Monday through Wednesday, rune farming and power-ups. Thursday, leveling fusion materials. Friday through Sunday, event coin farming and arena points. Discipline is your advantage. Sis rewards the patient, not the frantic. Now that you're farming Sis consistently, it's time to learn how to evaluate fatal runes like a pro. This is where champions are made, in knowing what to keep and what to sell. Rune grading system. SS tier rune, plus HP % or plus ATK % main stat, with triple roll in SPD/crit DMG substat synergy. S tier rune, correct main stat, 2 decent substats. A tier rune, correct main stat, but substats may not synergize. B tier rune, placeholder only. Upgrade and replace soon. C tier rune, sell immediately. What to look for. Slot 2, SPD or ATK percent. Slot 4, crit rate or ATK percent. Slot 6, ATK percent or HP percent for bruisers. Substats, SPD, crit rate, crit DMG, ATK percent. Never sell a rune with SPD plus crit rate plus crit DMG if the main stat fits your nuker. That's endgame material. Upgrading runes efficiently. Use +3 to check for useful substat rolls. Stop at +9 if no synergy appears. Only +12 or +15 the best ones. Runes are your arsenal. Fatal sets from Sizz will fuel your first arena victories, your first giant V10 team, and your first 5 nuker build. In the next chapter, we'll explore pairing fatal sets with blade sets and how to balance speed tuning in PvP. And now, to bring this legendary journey to its apex, Layla Aurora Sinclair delivers a closing message not just to players, but to warriors, tacticians, and dreamers of summoners war across the entire United States and beyond. Listen closely, summoners. This isn't just another phase clear or a casual grind through Sizz. This is where champions are forged, not through shortcuts, but through battle-tested patience and relentless execution. Whether you're climbing through normal for the first time, breaking limits in hard, or grinding your soul out in hell mode, remember, the real drop isn't just the rune, it's the wisdom you earn in the process. Every rune, yes, even the most common Fatal 4 set, is more than a stat boost. It's a lesson in synergy. A tool in your arsenal. A chance to sharpen your strategy for what's ahead. Never underestimate the impact of ATK plus 35% when it's paired with the right unit. From slimes and mimics to golems and ghosts, even the seemingly insignificant monsters are puzzle pieces to something bigger: fusion food, skill-up material, or that surprise utility pick that turns the tide in PvE or PvP. And when you get those craft materials like solid rock or solid iron, or don't just stash them. Learn what they're worth. Learn what they build. Hell mode doesn't just give you items. It tests your resource management. It teaches you that preparation is everything. That mana matters. That unknown scrolls, even with 1 or 2 summons, might be exactly what your progression needs in the long game. You want to be the best? Then understand this: Sizz is your dojo. Your battlefield. Your proving ground. It's where you refine rotations, experiment with stat priority, and truly master what it means to optimize your team. Don't chase crystals without chasing competence. Don't summon blindly without studying the meta. Don't burn energy without building knowledge. And those 11th anniversary coins? They're not just event tokens. They're a celebration of legacy, a reminder that you're part of something massive. A decade of strategy, summons, and storytelling. Use them wisely. Respect the grind. Respect yourself. To every player out there, from coast to coast, from casual adventurers to future arena legends, listen well: every moment spent grinding Sizz is a down payment on your legacy. You're not just farming. You're building. You're evolving. You're defining who you are as a summoner. So pace yourself. Respect the energy curve: 3 to 4 energy in normal, 4 to 5 in hard, and 5 to 6 in hell. Know when to push, and know when to plan. Progression isn't linear, it's strategic. Efficient farming is the core of elite play, and mastery of early zones like Sizz sets the tone for everything that follows. And now, the final word from Layla Aurora Sinclair, not just as a voice, but as a veteran. As a summoner. As one of you. To every summoner grinding through pain, doubt, and energy refreshes, I see you. To the ones who've rerun the same map 100 times just for one usable rune, I hear you. To the future legends who will one day look back at Sizz and smile, I salute you. Don't rush greatness. Study your monsters. Maximize your synergies. Break down every mechanic. And above all, never lose that fire. Even if you summon a slime instead of a lightning pop, know that every step still counts. This isn't just your starting point. It's your origin story. Let every rune be a brick in your empire. Let every failed run sharpen your resolve. Let every minor drop fuel a major dream. Because summoners, this game doesn't reward luck. It rewards those who endure. So stay focused. Stay fearless. Stay calculated. And always, stay legendary. Thank you for joining us on this epic breakdown of MPSs, from mechanics to monsters, rewards to resilience. I'm Layla Aurora Sinclair, and on behalf of the one and only Wil Rapstar, we wish you clarity, consistency, and colossal drops on your journey. Until we meet again. Keep summoning. Keep optimizing. Keep ascending. Goodbye.